What are the downsides of Wrocław, a city that seems almost perfect to live in, and what makes it impossible not to love? In this video I'll cover everything concisely with facts, emotions and personal experience, from housing and atmosphere to infrastructure and the best spots around. Wrocław is the city of dwarfs, islands, a warm-hearted vibe, students and migrants. There is even an asteroid named after it, and its very name literally contains the word love. Many people choose Wrocław as their new home, and after living here for 6 months, I've come to understand why. But let's start from the beginning. We were more than lucky with our accommodation here. We stayed in the best apartment we've had in all our moves around Poland. Yes, it was on the outskirts of Wrocław, but the apartment was so bright, spacious, comfortable and beautiful. It was in a cozy residential complex with small buildings, each containing 6 apartments, 2 per floor. It was always quiet and peaceful thanks to the trees and well-maintained yards outside the window. Even the nearby cemetery didn't bother us. And the rent was the lowest we've paid in Poland so far, 935 euros per month. Keep in mind, this was Airbnb, not a local contract with utilities included. As for the neighborhood, that's my love. The only downside of Lishnica is the 1-hour commute to the city center. Sometimes it got tiring, but we work from home and rarely left the area. Conveniently, Lidl, Biedronka, a cinema lab, a pharmacy, a sushi restaurant with amazing sets, the train station and a beautiful park with a lake and the castle, which took up half of my phone's photo gallery, were all nearby. For a detailed look at the move, the apartment and the neighborhood, check the separate video linked in the description. By the way, the price for new apartments in Wrocław is not the highest and averages about 14,000 zlotys per square meter. That's cheaper than in Warsaw, Gdynia, Kraków and Gdańsk. On screen you'll see the current average summer 2025 prices for 1, 2 and 3 room apartments, both in the city center and outside it. Prices depend on neighborhood, apartment condition and market demand, which fluctuates. For example, summer and autumn see higher demand due to students arriving. For short-term rentals on Airbnb, a room rents for about 4,000 zlotys per month, while a whole apartment costs between 5,000 and 6,000 zlotys. Long-term rentals are cheaper as usual. A 1-room apartment averages 3,000 zlotys, excluding utilities, and the 2-room around 4,000 zlotys, regardless of renovation level. The atmosphere in Wrocław is very pleasant. First, thanks to the many rivers and islands. Second, due to a large number of well-kept parks. And third, because of the variety of neighborhoods. I already mentioned Lishnica, it's super colorful and authentic architecturally. You can explore the streets and private areas slowly. Every house attracts attention and impresses. The old town has its own vibe. Sure, walking there can be tiring because of the crowds of tourists, but it's still worth strolling to enjoy the historic streets, colorful houses and local spots. Hundreds of dwarfs scattered all over the city, especially downtown, add charm. Many Wrocław districts deserve attention. Krzyki will give you one kind of impression, Śródmieście another, Psie Pole a third, and Fabryczna a fourth. The same goes to micro-neighborhoods. Wrocław is also famous for its Christmas market. I was genuinely shocked by how bright and again atmospheric it is. I haven't seen such animation and attractions anywhere else, not even in Warsaw, where the market was more modest in comparison. The only downside is air quality. Wrocław is still far from being the safest city in that regard. Sometimes in winter, when we stepped outside, we could smell burning coal and see yellow smoke. So it's important to monitor air quality forecasts and take precautions to avoid harming your health. Also, watch out for old houses in the area. The more there are, the worse the air quality tends to be. What to see, where to go and what to do in Wrocław. Let's start again with the islands. You can take a relaxing walk on the Sand Island, sit on a bench with the lovely dwarfs and enjoy the views. And Ostrów Tumski is a definite must-visit. There you'll find the main cathedral with a beautiful observation deck, the botanical garden of Wrocław University, another magnificent cathedral, an impressive monument and colorful houses. In the old town you can start with the obvious but iconic spots. the Market Square and Salt Square. The market is home to the famous town hall, one of the oldest restaurants in Europe, over 60 colorful tenement houses, of course dwarfs, and cozy inner streets in the very center, where people surprisingly don't often wander. Other old town highlights include the unique Yash i Małgosia houses, the hidden Yatki Street, once full of butcher shops and slaughterhouses, and the Mostek Pokutnits, another city viewpoint. At the edge of the old town you'll find the majestic University of Wrocław and can climb the mathematical tower. You can never have too many observation points. Take a walk through the Hala Targova and along the riverside neighborhoods. Among unique places, I'd highlight the courtyards with murals on Roosevelt Street, the retro-style establishments on Wojciech Street, the Centennial Hall with its beautiful grounds, the Iglica Monument, Pomnik Anonimowego Przechodnia, and Lishnice Castle I mentioned earlier. We filmed all this and more in 2 episodes about Wrocław. Check those after this video to fully feel the city's energy, character and atmosphere. Links are in the description. Moving on to infrastructure. Wrocław has its quirks in public transport. Route change. I've boarded the wrong tram multiple times because the number was right, but the direction changed. So pay attention here. Public transport consists of buses and trams. Buses run day and night, trams only during the day. A regular 15 minutes ticket costs 3 and 2 zlotys, 30 minutes 4, 60 minutes 5 and 2, and 90 minutes 7. There is also a single ride ticket valid for unlimited travel on one type of transport, costing 4 and 6 zlotys. That's the price range for short-term tickets, long-term ones cost more, and discounted tickets are half price. Interestingly, the option to easily buy monthly or even yearly passes through Jak seems to be exclusive to Wrocław. Usually documents are required and the process is more complicated. You can buy tickets with a few taps in apps like Jak our favorite, ticket machines at stops or directly on the vehicle. There is also the urban card pass. Wrocław has many train stations which can speed up trips if you live on the outskirts. Uber and Bolt operate here for taxis. For cyclists, Wrocław is also great with well-developed bike lanes and the simple rental system called Wrocławski Rower Miejski. Just download the app, register, deposit 10 zlotys and that's it. The first 20 minutes of each ride are free. Up to 1 hour costs 3 zlotys and every additional hour costs 6 zlotys. So you can ride for free by swapping bikes every 20 minutes. Wrocław is well located. You can easily reach Berlin, Prague, Vienna and other European cities by bus. Next, water quality. Good news, it's excellent here, meets European standards and even contains calcium, magnesium and sodium. So you can drink tap water without filtering, provided the pipes in your building are in a good condition. There is no shortage of doctors in Wrocław. Just look at the 727 pages of listings on Znany Lekarz. Many specialists speak English. Here we found the perfect dental clinic with Ukrainian dentist. I've never seen such quality anywhere else in my life. The clinic is called Dental Health. I got all my untreated cavities fixed, had a problematic tooth saved and even got an implant here. After 1.5 years, no new cavities. That's quality. We visited so often it felt like a second home. Even after moving away, I came back twice from another city. I also saw a dermatologist, but I disagree with her view that acne can be fully cured, so I can't recommend her. Still, she prescribed pills and ointment that helped, at least temporarily. I saw a pulmonologist too, who gave me effective treatment for laryngitis, my first time visit. As for other services, you can find specialists on Booksy or Instagram. I usually use the latter. That's now I found a good Ukrainian hair colorist and the nail studio, though I'm not fully happy with the nail place, since I got a nail crack after their service, which took 6 months to heal. A nice feature is Wrocław's app, Nasz Wrocław. Here you can get free coupons for visits to the water park, zoo, Gidropolis, theater, pool and more. But it's only for those with a PESEL number who work and pay taxes in Poland. Yes, there are many activities in Wrocław, but I especially want to mention Alpaciowo, an hour from the center, where you can walk with alpacas, feed them, and if you are lucky, pet them. Perfect for animal lovers. Food. The most popular grocery store in Wrocław is Biedronka, followed by Lidl, Kaufland, Aldi, Tesco and others. There are tons of highly rated restaurants. My personal favorites are Pierogarnia Rynek 26 with amazing Polish cuisine, Pizza C Pizzeria, a sushi place in Lishnica, Pod trzema miotłami pub, beloved by Harry Potter fans, another great spot in Lishnica with delicious pizza, salads and the free mini retro car museum, a yellow coffee shop with bananas, and the cozy cafe with a friendly staff. Okay, we've explored the city. Where next? You could visit Legnica, a nearby small town with a spooky but impressive abandoned hospital, a cozy old town, a castle featuring 5 architectural styles, parks, and the oldest private restaurant in Silesia. As for other European countries, I've said it before, buses are easy, but flights can be tricky. Wrocław has its own international airport with direct flights to many places, but sometimes you need to connect through Warsaw. That was our case when we flew to Georgia to register our marriage. So what are the main pros and cons of Wrocław? Starting with pros. It's a large city with plenty to do and places to eat well. The dental clinic alone is a reason to live here. It has a convenient location and its own airport. Water quality is good, if you trust the reports. The outskirts have a warm vibe and the center is lively and vibrant. There are many well-kept parks and international corporations. The job market is growing and unemployment is just 2%. Wrocław is a student city, one of the biggest in Poland. Long-term public transport passes are easy to get here. The expat community is large, so it's not hard to find like-minded people. There are fewer cons, but they can be decisive. First, the air quality is poor. Myellaryngitis may have been caused by it. Second, residence permits, Karta Pobytu, take a very long time to process, and bureaucracy is generally slow. Third, the cost of living is almost the highest in Poland and housing is expensive. The city is crowded, so traffic jams are common. The number of tourists, migrants and students can be overwhelming. Trams often get packed and journeys across the wide city can take up to an hour and a half. My impressions of Wrocław are partly subjective, so please share your thoughts about living here in the comments. What pros and cons would you highlight? For me, Wrocław has become one of my favorite Polish cities, a place I would stay if not for a few buts. But you'll hear about those in the next video, which will be the final chapter of our moving story. See you very soon. Bye for now.